Right.
Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. It's obviously we're coming up to kids' holiday time now. The first Garfield movie I rather enjoyed. I'm a big Bill Murray fan, and any movie which has Bill Murray doing the voice of the cat is perfectly all right with me. Incidentally, I'm not familiar with the original strip cartoon, so I don't know whether the newspaper strip cartoon is aimed at adults or kids. Are you aware?
It'll be kids, but it's one that's like Peanuts. You know, it's the kind of thing that grown-ups will read and have a little chuckle because it has some wisdom to it.
So the first one did kind of okay, and I went and saw it with a bunch of kids, and they laughed, and they all laughed at exactly the same things. They laughed at the cat dancing, they laughed at the cat waving his furry bottom at the camera, they laughed at jokes that were vaguely to do with the toilet, and they laughed about the sound of farting. Which fine, no problem with that. Scooby-Doo, both the Scooby-Doo movies, all capitalised on that. Now, because the first Garfield movie did well, we have to have a second Garfield movie, which is just laden with stars. I use the word advisedly, like Billy Connolly and Jennifer Love Hewitt, and of course Bill Murray back as the voice of Garfield. This time Garfield has to go to England, so this is the second London set movie of the week. Has to go to England, where it turns out there is a very posh cat who looks exactly like Garfield living in a castle, and he gets displaced, and Garfield ends up in the castle, blah, blah, blah. So that, hence the title, A Tale of Two Kitties. Ba-boom. See, it's kind of like Prince and the Pauper.
Yeah, I did get that joke first time.
Okay, let's hear a clip, and this clip is before the action begins. I was there with an audience which had some kids in it, and there was about an hour of silence, and then finally the silence was broken at the moment that a ferret ran up Billy Connolly's trousers, and then they laughed. And you go, well, there you go. You see, it's not rocket science. There are certain things that will just hit the laughter button, and at least before you did them regularly enough, and you had Bill Murray being droll. The problem with it in this film, I actually spent the first 10 minutes of it thinking, that's not actually Bill Murray doing that voiceover, is it? Because it was so lame, and so not funny, and so not sardonic, and so not Bill Murray. I thought they'd got an impersonator in to do him. So I'm very disappointed to say that Garfield 2 is a complete clunker, and it's a real shame, because Garfield 1, I think, was perfectly fine, and he did the job, and this doesn't do the job.
This from Steve. What's so good about Citizen Kane anyway, Kermode? He's just a fat bloke mumbling on about newspapers. I don't know where to start.
Yeah, it's the best thing about Citizen Kane is that everyone tells you it's the greatest movie ever made, and you think, oh, I don't want to see it because of that, because I don't want to see any film that people say that about. And then you watch it and you go, you know what? That is actually pretty good.